Makeup can make you look amazing, or it can make you look really bad. Which one's it gonna be today? Here are some examples of how I used to do my makeup. If you're making these mistakes, don't feel bad, because at some point in my life, even I've made them too, and I am literally a makeup artist. Today we're gonna talk about the makeup mistakes that I most commonly see that may be adding years to your face without you even realizing it. Let's go. Mistake number one is choosing the wrong foundation for your individual skin type. There are three main skin types, okay? We have oily, which produces excess oil leading to shine, larger pores, and potential breakouts. Then we have dry, which lacks moisture and can feel tight, flaky, or rough, while being more prone to fine lines. And then there's combination, which is a mix of both, right? It's usually oily on the T-zone and dry or normal on the cheeks. One of the biggest issues with makeup advice, my advice included at times, okay? I'm gonna own up to that. My advice included at times is that it's often too generic. It's really tempting for me to say things like, avoid matte foundations because that will really age you. And I know that a video like that would get clicks because it's simple. You know, there aren't variables and people like things that are simple. Do this, don't do that. Do this, don't do that, black and white. But if I were to say something like that, avoid matte foundations because they'll age you, that's true, but it's only true for dry skin. And not everyone has dry skin. A glowy foundation can make dry skin look fresh and youthful and super beautiful. And you've seen that on a lot of the models that I brought on the channel. But when you use a glowy foundation on oily skin, it does the opposite. It actually emphasizes pores, it settles into fine lines, it just makes you look disheveled. Right? That's why choosing the right formula for your skin type is key to achieving a smooth and youthful look. As you can see in these clips, because I have oily skin, a matte foundation like this one, the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Natural Matte Formula. There's a few formulations of this. The natural matte is made for oily skin and it is more of a mattifying formula. It works much better for me than this guy, which is the Kosas Revealer Skin Improving Foundation. This foundation is a favorite amongst so many people. Many makeup artists even love it. They swear by it, but it doesn't look great on me because it's too shiny for my skin type. So what does that mean for you? Okay, it just means that you should always shop based on your skin type. Before buying a foundation, consider your skin concerns and read the product description really carefully. Don't just believe influencers blindly because their skin type may be completely different than yours. You want to look for the formulas that are specifically designed to complement your skin's needs, whether that is oil control, hydration, natural balance. The right foundation will enhance your complexion rather than work against it, and it should last for most of the day on the skin. If it doesn't last for the whole day, if it gets patchy and dry, or if it gets slippery and slimy, or if it just goes away, it's probably the wrong formula for your skin. And while we're on the topic of skin, taking care of your skin is just as important as the makeup you put on. No matter what foundation you use, it will only look as good as the base underneath. So having a really well-prepped, healthy canvas makes all the difference in the world. As you guys know, I have been obsessed with the Nira Pro laser for a while now, and I am very excited to share that it just got an amazing upgrade, and I can't wait to tell you all about it. So huge thanks to Nira for sponsoring this part of the video. So if you're not familiar with the Nira Pro, here's a quick rundown. All right, this is an at-home beauty device that uses the same advanced laser technology found in professional dermatology treatments. It's a non-fractional laser that stimulates collagen production without any pain, redness, or downtime. With consistent use, this not only boosts your collagen, which is a huge thing, but it also reduces wrinkles and fine lines. It's done such a good job reducing wrinkles and fine lines around my eyes. It tightens the skin. It can lift hooded lids. It fades dark spots, so age spots, which is a big concern amongst you guys. It smooths texture, so it makes your skin like have a beautiful texture. Honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing. I've had such beautiful results with my skin. It's very exciting to use an at-home device like this where you see results month after month. And it's like going to the clinic, going to the spa, but a lot less expensive, and then without all the downtime and all of that. Now, the new version that just came out, the Nira Pro Plus, is even more powerful than the original. It actually delivers 50% more power and works 35% faster. So now it only takes 2 minutes a day to use, which is honestly amazing. And that's what I love the most about this device, because with beauty tools, consistency is everything. If you want to see those like real dramatic results that you see on the website, you have to be consistent. Since this is so fast and so powerful, it's incredibly easy to stick to, especially when you're busy like me. I have 2 young kids. I don't have the patience or the time to do all the things that take forever. And this is so fast, there's almost no excuse to not do it. So I will leave a link with more info in the description box below if you guys want to check it out and you want to do it with me. Mistake number 2 is harsh or overdrawn brows. Your brows frame your face, and getting them wrong, like really wrong, can instantly age you. Overly dark, blocky, or harshly drawn brows can look unnatural and overpowering. Another common mistake is making your brow arch too high or overly peaked. This can create a really surprised or a very severe look instead of like a soft lifted effect. This is the biggest mistake that I made with my makeup for years and years and years. It's embarrassing. I look back and I can't believe I didn't see it. So with that said, let me tell you something. Brow blindness is real. When you get used to a certain shape on your face, you don't even realize how completely unflattering it looks anymore after a while. You don't even realize it. I had friends tell me, and I was like, what do you mean? They're fine. And I look back and I'm like, man, I didn't even see it. On the flip side, completely neglecting your brows, leaving them very unruly or sparse, can also make your makeup look unfinished. So what's the fix? There are plenty of great brow techniques. I really need to make a whole video about it for you guys. There's so many different ways to do a brow, but one of the most natural looking methods that most people don't talk about, that's why I want to share it. I want to show you something new. It's actually to use a brow gel to shape and lift the hairs, followed by a very fine tip brow pen to sketch in hair-like strokes. This technique does take some practice. It's definitely a more advanced technique, and I think that's why people don't talk about it very much. But once you get it right, this technique can add structure to the face without looking heavy at all. It gives you a full yet soft brow that enhances your face beautifully. I actually did an entire, very detailed video on this technique, so if you want to learn more about it, I'll leave that pinned in the pinned comment for you guys. Mistake number 3 is applying the wrong under eye concealer formula in the wrong way. Concealer is meant to brighten, it's meant to refresh your face, but applying it incorrectly can actually make you look a lot older. One of the biggest mistakes that I often see made is using a shade that's too light and a formula that's too dense, too heavy, too dense. The under eye area has a ton of movement, right? It moves a lot as we talk, as we smile, as we do anything. And as we get older, the skin becomes thinner and it becomes more textured there. So those thick, heavy formulas like concealer sticks can be a disaster because they settle right into those fine lines. They emphasize dryness, and they create this crepey look instead of a smooth and youthful look. Another big problem I see is people using a powder that's the wrong formula for under the eyes. You can't skip the setting step altogether. I know a lot of you guys in the comments are like, I don't use powder at all. You can't avoid powder completely or else your concealer will crease, and that doesn't look good either. But you do need to choose a very finely milled powder, preferably even one that's made just for the under eye area, to set the concealer, or else it will seriously emphasize your fine lines. If you have very dark circles, instead of reaching for a bright concealer right away, you're gonna wanna start with either a pink, a peach, a salmon, or an orange toned color corrector, depending on your skin tone, to neutralize the darkness. This helps counteract the blue or the purple undertones in dark circles, creating a more even base to then place your concealer on top of. Once the corrector is blended out, then you can follow up with a concealer that's close to your natural skin tone, or maybe 1 to 2 shades lighter max. And then that way you get a natural brightening effect without emphasizing texture or making the area look unnatural. Then you can set with a very finely milled powder preferably one for under the eyes. Mistake number 4 is one I've seen so many times. So liquid eyeliner, it's a classic, okay, but can also be incredibly aging, in my opinion. And to be unapologetically frank about it, I think liquid liner looks much better on younger, very lifted, completely untextured eyelids. All right, I said it. A thick, sharp black line, especially one that stops too early, can make the eye look smaller and also drag the eye down instead of lifting it up. The starkness of liquid liner is also very unforgiving if you have any type of hooding on your lids. I know that hooded eye people sometimes reach for it because it doesn't transfer as much, and I get that, but it's not doing you any favors. I'm telling you right now, it's closing up your eyes and making your eyes look so small and beady. It's not a good look. Another thing that's not a good look is really dark under eye makeup, or God forbid, using liquid liner under the eyes, which I've also seen a lot. Okay, those really heavy, unblended, sharp black liners along the lower lash line can shrink the eyes and make them look more tired, creating a very rounded shape rather than an elongated, lifted, and youthful shape. So instead of a harsh liquid liner, try a really soft pencil like a Kajal pencil that is just emollient and blendable, and use an angled brush to diffuse the liner after you apply it for a more natural look. If you have hooded eyes, you can tightline the upper waterline with a dark pencil. That's a great way to define the eyes without taking up any of the lid space, keeping the lids as open as possible. And for an even more flattering effect, I like to extend my liner slightly outwards and upwards rather than stopping short. The easiest way to do this without hitting the crease here, the heaviness of the crease, is to connect the liner to the bottom lash line, not the top lash line, and follow that natural line up. This creates a seamless lifted look that elongates the eyes beautifully. It is so youthful. And for the lower lash line, just ditch the heavy black liner once and for all. Ditch it. Instead, you can use a soft brown liner like what I did today, or you can use a taupey shadow. That's really pretty too. And just blend it out for a very subtle, natural definition that enhances the eyes without completely overwhelming them or closing them. Mistake number 5 is using a lipstick that is too nude, too nude. I find that my mature clients are so afraid of lipstick, and I am not sure why. Can you guys let me know in the comments if you're mature, if you are afraid of lipstick? Why are you so afraid of lipstick? Okay, those super pale, matte, or those beige tone, kind of like concealer tone lipsticks, they can wash out your complexion and make your lips disappear and give your face this overall very dull, lifeless look. So instead of enhancing your features, which is what lipstick does very well, it can actually make you look older by emphasizing dryness and reducing the vermilion border. It reduces the dimension of the mouth, which makes you look a lot older. So if you love a nude lip and you want to stick with that, that's fine. You can do a nude lip. I'm doing a nude lip today, right? But the key is choosing the right undertone and depth of nude instead of going too light like a foundation color. You want to opt for nude shades with a slight pink, a peach, or even a mauve undertone, because that's going to keep your face looking fresh and lively rather than totally washed out. Another common mistake that I see is skipping lip liner. Oh, I've said this so many times. I've beat you guys to death with this, but honestly, without lip liner, your lips will look so much smaller than they actually are. As we age, we naturally lose lip definition and fine lines start to form around the mouth, right? Lip liner helps redefine that lost border, enhancing the shape of your lips while also preventing lipstick from bleeding into those little lines. It's a simple step that makes a huge difference in creating a very polished, youthful look. If you're new to lip liner, you're gonna wanna start by using one that's maybe a shade or 2 shades deeper than your natural lip color. Keep it really simple. And then all that will do, it's not gonna create anything too dramatic. It's just gonna softly define the edges, making your lips look a lot more youthful. You can see the remarkable difference that small changes like these make here in this clip. Mistake number 6 is all about blush. Blush is a game changer when it comes to looking fresh and youthful, but placement, formula, and shade choice all make a huge difference. One common mistake is applying the blush way too low on the cheeks. If you place it directly on the apples of the cheeks, especially if you smile while applying it, which is what we were taught to do before, when you stop smiling and your face has lost volume, your face will collapse down. That blush will be too low and it will drag the face downwards. So instead, what you want to do is apply blush higher on the cheekbone and blend it upwards towards the temples for a really natural lift. Another mistake is not choosing the right formulas. Powder blushes can work beautifully, but cream or liquid blushes often look more youthful because they melt into the skin, creating a lit from within look, a very natural, radiant look, which is so youthful and so beautiful. And then of course, shade matters a lot too. So super dark or overly bronzed tones, okay? I hate to break it to you guys that love using bronzer as blush. Overly bronzed tones can make the skin look dull in that area. It can collapse the face. While shades like soft peach, rose, or mauve, they brighten and lift up the face. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Bronzer is not blush. Bronzer is not blush. Say it with me now. Bronzer is not blush. You want to use both, okay? Bronzer warms up, subtly sculpts the face, while blush adds a very healthy pop of color. They're not the same thing. They should be used differently and they should be used for different reasons. If you're still confused and want a deeper dive into blush placement formulas, the best shades for a youthful look, I actually did a whole video on that. You can check it out right here next, because this video is over.